thick. Mean Bean is back there, and Charlie's watching the tablet. We got smart, we bought the wagon, and we bought the stroller. And we have blankets, we have pillows, we have downloaded stuff on the tablet, so hopefully it works.
Only one of them. There's never one here in the World Cup. Only one of them. Alexa desciende segundo por el derecho y por el carril izquierdo, vamos arriba. 7 second alert, take out your cámara. Saca la camarita. Here we go, pass the money.
Guys, I know you're probably like, what in the world happened? I took a little break. We went to the track and just had a nice day, and then I've been playing catch up, and we've been trying to figure out what we're doing with our finances, so that's been a hot mess express. But today I decided I had a deer in the fridge. Well, I didn't have a bunch, but I knew I had this deer in the fridge for a while, so I decided to cook it. Hold on, I'm gonna put you guys here so you guys can see more. So I decided I wanted to obviously cook it, so I took it out the pack. This is a deer my husband, I think, got last year. I don't know. I think it was last year. I have no clue, but anyhow, got this big old strip of deer. I think it's backstrap or whatever. I don't particularly care what cut it is, as long as it's meat. We'll cook it. So I decided, and this is kind of ironic, so I usually cook for my husband and my son. Usually those are the ones I cook for. I don't really cook for my own taste buds. I don't really like barbecue stuff. Ask me what I seasoned this with. Alright guys, clearly I wish I could just get a sponsorship with McCormick, because I use all of their barbecue seasonings. So I seasoned it with a little bit of brown sugar, bourbon, sweet and smoky. I rubbed it in there and I'm letting that sit. And then I went ahead and also did their mesquite as well, so I got a little bit of mesquite going on, and then I added a little bit of garlic powder, and there is another one that I had. I don't know what I just did with it. I think I put it back. Did I set it down somewhere? Let me find. Oh, it's right here. So then I put in this Memphis style barbecue, just a tiny bit, because to me this just tastes like straight salt. It's got a little bit of a kick, but nothing crazy. And then right now I have the black skillet. There, I got my skillet heated up. Show you guys that. Skillet heating up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here and sear it to keep all that juices in. And then I've got some potatoes I'm gonna put in. So I'm basically doing like a mini roast. Long story short, a little bit of barbecue sauce too. To coat it with. So I have the hickory smoke barbecue sauce, so it should, I don't see why it shouldn't taste good. Look, I just experiment about, if I think something's going to taste good, then I add it, I try it, if it tastes good, great. If it doesn't, I'll put it as very rarely do I cook something that doesn't taste good. Usually 9 times out of 10 it always tastes really good. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get the meat in so I can at least just sear some of these flavors in. And then what I'm going to do is I want my potatoes to kind of have that same taste. I'm going to get my potatoes. I'm going to put my potatoes here too. I'm going to add, I think, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to it, just so it's got a little bit of juices to it. But I ain't going to add a lot. That's for sure. Alright, so I added that in just so I can have a little bit of juices, a little bit of something. Let's put her in, guys. Hopefully it fits in the pan. Oh, she hot, baby. It is, I'm just searing it so it can kind of stay intact. I already sprayed my pan. I've got my oven preheated to 350. But I got my potatoes. I'm going to put them in the sink, rinse them off real good, and then I'm going to cut them up. And as I cut them up, I'm going to put them kind of back in this bowl so that all this flavor and seasoning that's still here is going to get onto the potatoes, because I don't really have like a glaze or a marinade or anything I kind of have, which is where I kind of goofed. But I mean, I can make one based on what I added to it. I just do it with the fork. And I can always add a little bit of a glaze to this, so I mean, I can kind of make my own marinade if I'm really that concerned. Do a little bit of the brown sugar. Woo! I dropped some. Y'all ain't see that. And then the sweet and smoky, add a little bit of that to the bottom. And then I did a little bit of the mesquite. I know that some of these are rubs, so obviously, yes, they're supposed to be like dry rubbed into the meat. Your girl just ain't got time for that right now. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. We're gonna add a little Worcestershire sauce, because that's what I added. And then I'm gonna actually add a little tiny bit of water to it, just so I have a little bit of something. Like I said, guys, I just took the experiment. That's pretty much how that goes. I don't have that many potatoes. Oh, that potato's bad. They done tricked me. I knew there was a bad potato in this bag. I thought I was tripping yesterday, because I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think it's a bad potato. She said, I looked in the bag, I ain't see it, but I sure did feel it. That's for sure. Oh, Lord, that keeps going bad on me, too. Alright. This meat is nice and seared. I'm going to put it in the pan. Get my little fork. Alright, so I'm just cutting up my potatoes quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm not peeling them because I don't mind the skin on the potatoes. We already washed it and rubbed all that dirt off. What you doing, baby? The baby's in his chair beside me. But I'm just trying to do more home cooked meals, because I've just been applying for jobs nonstop. As I've been applying, you know, I've gotten a few responses. I've switched. I was mainly using Indeed, but unfortunately with Indeed, it seems like there's a lot of listings on Indeed that are just straight scams. I mean, granted, yes, you're gonna unfortunately find a ton of scams on really any job site, just so people can try and get people's information. But, you know, your girl's trying. So all you can do is keep on trying. I mean, every day is not going to be golden, but I'm sure I'm giving it a shot. And, you know, they say your 20s is where you make all your fuck ups, so that's pretty much what we got going on right now. Because the issue is like, we kind of like really sat down and looked at the finances the other day. And, it's crazy how I didn't really realize how much of an impact it was since I've been laid off since April. Because income-wise, we went from making like almost $10,000 relatively a month in income to like $4,000. So that made a huge difference. So I don't know. I'm just trying to keep the ship afloat is what we're trying to do. But we're about to do something, and I'm like antsy about it, really is the best way to say it. I'm not the biggest fan of the decision that we're making right now, but there isn't really any other options left, pretty much. And took out and made a mess and spilled everywhere. You know, the story of it. There we go. Perfect. Alright, just wiped this off. I'm gonna dry it. And then I gotta spray her down, just so she doesn't dry out or nothing. A little too much, but you know. It's fine. In the oven, I don't know how long I'm gonna cook it. I don't even know what temperature it's supposed to be at. But we're gonna find out. I don't know if those are enough potatoes, honestly, because I did rice, and then my plan is, instead of using a gravy, I was gonna do a brown gravy with it. I was gonna use the rest of the juices from this to obviously go ahead and keep marinating it and make sure it stays nice and moist and everything, and then put it over rice. And then I've got corn, and I was gonna do cornbread as well. When my mom comes home, I'm gonna ask her for, she has these honey cornbread muffins recipe. Oh my Lord Jesus. She made them for the other day. I said, Lord, I done had like 6 in one sitting. It was ridiculous. Calling myself eating good. I was like, yeah, I'm eating good. I've been cutting back on the junk, and then here I am eating 6 corn muffins. 6, y'all. That's not even alive. Put this back. And then I have this barbecue sauce. I don't know if my husband wants to coat it on top. I guess we just kind of taste it, see if that's something that needs to happen or not. I don't really know. And I'm thinking about sprinkling just a tiny bit on the top. Because, I mean, it's just a lot of smoky barbecue flavors is really what I'm going for. So, I don't know. The best way to learn is by trying and trial and error. Let's put it in a smaller pan because the pan I had before was just way too big. So I've got the meat in here. I got the potatoes. It's all seasoned. I've got a little marinade going. I know when it starts cooking, the more juices will come out of that meat. So I'm not really all that concerned. I think it's really going to turn out good. Bam! Did I wash everything already? Yeah, I just have to dry her bowl. I gotta put her bowl back. I'm gonna try and see if I can hunt down this recipe she has. I don't know, I don't see it though. It's gonna go to the dollar store. I was thinking about dessert because I want something sweet, but I don't know. I don't know. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Would you give me a reason I can use? Guys, this is honestly what it's like hanging out with me. Break out in random song and dance. Cleaned the stove off, wiped it down, put the dishes away I used, and I only used a little bit of her stuff. I don't know how I feel about that Memphis stuff. It is a little bit of a kick, but I guess it's just meant to be like that little bit of that spice to it, so we shall see, we shall see. I could have added a little bit of onions, fresh onions and garlic to it, but I was just throwing this together quick, fast, and in a hurry. So in a little bit, I'm going to do my white rice. This is just a quick 5-minute rice. It's a huge box, came from Sam's. So I've got rice and then corn, and then I think I might do, I really want corn. I want those honey corn muffins, but I don't know what Mom did with her recipe for it. I have no clue where it is. So I might have to wait until about 2:30, 3 o'clock to get it, to make those. And I'm sure those probably only take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes if anything, because I know it's got to be flour, cornstarch, sugar, honey, probably some milk. I don't know. I mean, I could look up a recipe, I guess. Because my goal is to just kind of have everything done early, finish, make my plates. So then my husband, because my husband's coming over to my mom's house today, and we have some stuff we need to talk about with my mom when she comes home. So the goal is kind of to just get everything done because I do have to pick up little Charlie from school today. He goes to school on Wednesdays. Because A, that was what we could afford in the budget, and B, I have to have at least one day, literally one day with just one child, because he just has so much energy and is just rowdy, and I'm like, Lord, please go bug your teacher, learn some stuff, because when she like teaches him things, he grasps very quickly. Like he's like a 9-day child. With me, he's just, as he's turned 3, he's gotten better. He's calmed down, I would say, a little bit, but not very much. A few less tantrums, but he still gets really upset if there's something particular that he doesn't get his way or something like that. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and look up a recipe for these honey corn muffins from scratch and see if I can duplicate it and get that started. Since I have the oven already going anyway for the roast, might as well see if I can make the corn muffins, see if I can put a little bit of butter inside of them so they'll be nice and buttery. Just trying to use my time wisely because I have to get my nephew off the bus soon, and I've been trying to see if I can get dinner these days done before 3 o'clock so that literally dinner is done. It's finished. The only thing left for us to do before then is, you know, plates are already made, because if I find that with being a stay-at-home mom, if I am in the process of getting everything ready, like if I wait late at night, then I'm like tired, I'm frustrated, I don't want to make plates, I don't want to do all these dishes. So if I start early with everything and have it done way ahead of schedule, it's just a matter of reheating whatever it is I made. The plates are already done, they're together, it's finished. So I don't know. I'm just thinking, guys, just thinking. Got a lot on my mind and no damn money. If I can get some money and still have a lot on my mind, then that's fine. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. Well, let's look up a recipe for these corn muffins. If I find one, I'm going to put it on and you'll see it. I'll slide it up so you can follow along with me. Woo! She hot. Oh, I hear them juices in there. Smells really good. So the juices did do exactly what I thought they would. Looks really good. I know my mom has a... That's what it's looking like, guys. It's looking really juicy. It's got nice smell to it, good color. Making sure I get all my potatoes back here so there's no dry little crusty potatoes, you know. I'm really happy. This did exactly what I wanted. I thought it was going to get juicy, so there's plenty of juices for it. I think I'm going to flip it over. I don't think it really makes a difference, but I think I'm going to. Probably should do this on a flat surface, but we are going to give it a shot anyway. Let's see if I did sear it before I put it in. Oh. Yes, so it's nice and hot. It's out the oven. I'm gonna taste it to see how it's tasting. Y'all. Goddamn. Goddamn. Thank my lucky stars I can cook. Thank you, Jesus.